Lot of dramas in Edo State ahead of the September 19 governorship election in Edo State. Governors elected on the platform of the All Progressive Congress, APC, national leader of the party, Bola Tinubu, and other leaders are built to meet soon to strategize on how to ensure victory for the party's governorship candidate, Mr. Osage Iyamu. It's called Pastor Osage Iyamu. A source close to the party hierarchy told the newspaper at the weekend. One of the governors, who is also a member of the newly constituted caretaker committee of the party, told this day at the weekend that the expected meeting is in line with President Muhammadu Buhari's directive. Immediately after the last National Executive Committee meeting of the party recently in Abuja for the party to work towards reclaiming Edo State, since they believe that it could be lost to PDP with the defection of Governor Godwin Obaseki, and of course the issues between Oshiomhole and Obaseki, that seems as if no one could find peace between both of them. Everyone is kind of focused on whatever it is that they are onto. At our National Executive Committee NEC meeting at the Villa recently, we ratified the candidature of Pastor Osage Iyamu based on President Muhammadu Buhari's recommendations. And the president also directed that we should mobilize all the party organs and ensure we deliver Edo State for APC. Now that Oshiomhole has lost his job, this is the only thing Oshiomhole has, and he's going to do everything that it takes to make sure that he gets to that position. And in line with that, we are consulting all the APC governors, party leaders, especially our national leader, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban, and other party stakeholders on the need for us to meet very soon. Already, the campaign council has been constituted, and members will be inaugurated this week. That's what they stated. He added that the party has a little job to do in Edo State because of the popularity of the party candidate. Pastor Osage Iyamu is a grassroots politician. He is at home with the politics of the state, and as the leader of the opposition in Edo State in the last two general elections, he made things very difficult for us. Now we are happy he has come back, and with our full support, he will deliver Edo State to APC. Responding to the plans by the caretaker committee to dissolve some troubled states executives of the party, he said the committee was here to take position on that issue. Meanwhile, one of the spokesmen of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Presidential Campaign Council in the 2019 general election, Prince Kazeem Afegbua, in a statement yesterday in Abuja, expressed optimism that Iyamu will win the election. Pastor Iyamu comportment, diligence at delivering responsibilities, sense of organization and marksmanship, a direct opposite of Governor Godwin Obaseki, combative style. They have issues, so everyone's going to come up with issues, bring up things here and there. Laced with blackmail, they said it's so combative. Laced with blackmail, pretentiousness, and over sanctimonious. Democracy talks about constructive engagement and collective bargaining. It preaches inclusion, not exclusion. It reinforces participation, involvement, and collectivity. Governor Obaseki is the opposite of what an ideal democratic situation should be. His politics is destructive, exclusive, and demonizing. Well, there are also some issues that came up also. Iyamu has denied pouring acid on a fellow student when he was an undergraduate at the University of Benin. During the 2019 governorship campaign, a former governor of the state, Adams Oshiomhole, the same person that is pushing for the governorship of Pastor Iyamu, the person that he said he just gave himself pastor because he's trying to reclaim an identity that he doesn't have. He's trying to kind of purify himself. And he talked at length. He said he's a criminal, he's this, he's that, and all of that. And he also added that and alleged that Iyamu, who was the candidate of PDP in the election, poured acid on a student. But in an online television program monitored in Benin City, Iyamu said he drew the attention of then Uniben administration to the plight of the student. Iyamu, who said he ensured the student got first aid treatment, however, added that he and others linked to the incident were rusticated because the identity of the culprit was never known. He said he entered the University of Benin in 1980 to read political science, but later changed to law and did not graduate until 1986 because of the rustication. He explained, when I was in the university, I was a member of the Pirates Confraternity. And at that time, we did not look at it as a cult arrangement as what it is today, very violent. But some people were already coming in with tendencies that created problems. We had this very confrontational group, and one evening, somebody reported to us that they beat up a final year student who was also close to us, and they mentioned the names of those involved, and we said, no, this is bad. Do not also forget too that I was a student union leader, very prominent in the Student Union Congress. So I and some persons who heard about this complaint said, let us go and see the people concerned and talk to them. We went there and met with the people concerned. They opened the door for us, and we were discussing the matter under a very cordial atmosphere, only for some people to come in, and before we knew it, there was smoke in the whole place, and somebody shouted acid, and somebody was shouting and screaming. It was then I realized that somebody has poured acid on somebody, and I quickly rushed to the security post. I brought them in, and we took the young man for first aid treatment. Of course, the school set up an inquiry, and the person that was affected admitted that I was the one who brought security agents and that I was able to take him in for medical attention. I asked who poured it. He said he did not know. He said he knew the face but does not know his name, and nobody appeared to know the name. And the university said, since you people don't want to mention the name, we are going to sanction all of you involved. And before we knew it, they expelled all of us. But the reason they gave was that they were expelling us for belonging to a proscribed organization. But the long and short of it is that we were on it for 2 years till 1986, when the Senate held a meeting and said these guys have been punished enough. And if you look at the records, they were not the one that committed that. What happened? So we were called back, we graduated, and then went to law school. Meanwhile, the PDP has described a statement by All Progressive Congress linking prominent opposition members with accused fraudster Raymond Abbas Oshpopi as reckless and irresponsible. They brought in all of these things, linking one person or the other here and there. But what's your opinion as regards the kind of leadership that we have, the kind of people that we have that are being pushed right now? Well, in reactions to this, there are people that said PDP cannot win a election in 2020. APC cannot rig it. It was PDP is the master rigger, so they cannot rig it. I think it is possible and easier for APC to rig this election. It is so possible. Some say tell Tinubu not to waste his energy. Iyamu will not get 200 votes in an election. If you come with 200 billion, Edolis will take it and will vote for Obaseki. So are you part of the people that will vote for Obaseki? Even before now, Iyamu will definitely win a election. This man is a grassroots politician. We even won the last election, if not for Oshio Baba that won the election for Obaseki, who is a betrayer of the highest order. That's just it. Let them go and perfect their rigging. It will not work because they may gather, but their gathering will not stand. Evil people failed on arrival and gathering of vultures. Evil will not work in Edo. They failed in the last election in Ondo, also in Ekiti. Now they will meet their Waterloo in Edo State. So are you a supporter of Pastor Iyamu with Oshomole, or you're a supporter of Obaseki and you believe that he has all what it takes that he can deliver his mandate in Edo State? APC will be wasting their time to claim Edo State. There is nothing Tinubu will do. Edo State is not any other place. Anybody who will use force or rigging to claim Edo State will meet with the force. Do you think all of this are just talk? If they rig the election and Iyamu comes in, what do you think is going to happen? Is there something that is going to happen differently? But then you should realize that there are political talks that they use. That's why I keep repeating, do not be a political talk, as these people have their children abroad and they care less about you. So the same Tinubu, the governor of APC, made before to settle Obaseki with Oshomole. What's your opinion? Do you think bullion vans and a lot of cash is going to change things and put things right in Edo State? Or what's your opinion? And this politics of cash, I don't think is the way forward. And I think the people, somehow, I wouldn't blame a lot of people, although we need to stand our ground. I won't blame a lot of people. They've used a weapon, they've weaponized hunger. And with this, people are not bothered about any other thing. In fact, when you come out to ask people to vote, the next thing they want to ask from you is money. Do not forget that when you are given money, you have already done the business and you've been paid. Do not expect good governance as the person that paid or spent that amount of money will be hell bent on taking back all what he has given and what he has not given. They are like the Lucifer, Satan, that you give, that asks you for asks you for just 1 centimeter and wants to take miles from you. That is exactly how these politicians operate. Let us see what's going to turn out to be. September, the election is going to go on. We are going to see who's going to return back, who's going to start licking the wounds. We'll see what it is all about.